You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
And we're talking about why most women you meet will be uncooperative, right? And what you got to understand is that the more that you are in tune with who you are and what you want, the more you're going to recognize women being uncooperative, right? Most guys don't even realize women are being uncooperative. They think that's just a woman's normal nature to be resistant and uncooperative, right? So this is why guys end up chasing. This is why guys end up giving women chances when they be flaking. This is why guys are, all over the place when it comes to dealing with women, is because they think it's normal for a woman to be uncooperative with them, and they just have to push through her resistance. They gotta, try again. They gotta do all this other extra shit, right? But what you gotta understand is that the reason why most women are gonna be uncooperative when you are dealing with them is because you gotta understand that you have to search for compatibility when you're dealing with women. And there's gonna be a lot of women that you are not compatible with, and you'll see this and notice this if you are in tune with who the fuck you are. Because if you know who you are, you're going to have a certain stance, a certain standard, a certain way you do things. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to give women direction based on your program and your standard. And then there are going to be some women who are going to be resistant to that, either because that's not, they don't see you as their type. They don't see you as the guy that they deem as the, most attractive. They don't see you as the type of guy they want to follow, whatever it is like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how they are viewing you. And that's just not the type of woman that is for you. Right? And this is the thing. Most relationships or most interactions that happen nowadays is usually this. It's usually the guy is chasing and the woman is settling. That's like at least 85 to 90% of relationships that's going on right now. It's the guy is chasing, the woman is settling. Right? Now, the reason why that happens is because the guy is chasing, because what most guys do, because they don't have game and they don't have a sense of self-worth, what they do is that they are trying to get women, or they're trying to attract women who may not necessarily be attracted to them, but they're trying so hard because they deem this particular woman is the woman that I want. And I want her, and I want a woman like her, and I want this. And if it's not that, then I don't really want to fuck with this other girl, because I need for this woman to want to fuck with me. Part of it too is that they want the woman to fuck with them because of validation also. It's like, if I can get a girl like this, or if I can get this girl, then it will make me feel good about myself, so forth and so on. Right? Now, what happens is that the woman is settling because most guys don't have game, and most women, what happens is that they know the type of guys that they really want, but the type of guys that they settle for are the guys that are in their comfort zone. Right? Because in order for a woman to really get the top-notch guy she really wants, that means that she has to put herself on the line. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning she has to risk being rejected. She has to risk for her to reveal to herself through the interaction that she might not be up to par to deal with this type of guy she really wants. So what she does is she stays in the safety zone of the guys that are going to kiss her ass, chase her, simp for her and all that other stuff. That's why women love to advocate, oh yeah, buy me flowers, be a gentleman, blah, 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 because that's their comfort zone, right? But the problem is that when you deal with women that way, that's when you're going to get a lot of uncooperative behavior. That's when you're going to get a lot of resistance. Why? Because they're not really feeling you. And so because you might be feeling her, you're going to expect sex. You're going to expect, more consistency. You're going to expect like her to just be like a cool chick. And that's going to be difficult to happen because she's not really feeling you. You know what I'm saying? And so what you got to understand is that when you're a guy who's on point and your game is tight, there's going to be a lot of women that you're going to have to charge to the game because they're going to be uncooperative, because your standard and the way that you do things are so cut and dry that the woman realizes that either I got to fuck with this dude this way or I can't fuck with him. And then what happens is that when she sees that she can't fuck with you, that uncooperative behavior occurs. And then that's when you got to charge it to the game and you got to keep it pushing, right? But the guys who don't have game, what happens is the women will be uncooperative, but they don't see that as any type of red flag. They see that as this is why the PUAs try to reframe it. Oh, she's just giving you a shit test, bro. You gotta push through the resistance. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Because what most of these guys do is that they, on the default, already think that they are not desirable to women. So what happens is that they say, well, I have to push through the resistance, and I have to jump through hoops, and I have to chase, and I have to be persistent, even though she's not cooperating. That's why even when I did those quote unquote debates with Game Global and all these other dudes, and this fool Marcus and all the other ones is like, oh my God, so you're saying that if the girl doesn't act this way, you're just gonna like leave, you're just gonna run away, you're just like, you're not even gonna like try anymore, and blah 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 blah. And that's because what they don't understand is that most women you talk to are going to be uncooperative automatically because they have to adhere to they have to make a choice, and understand that most women, when they have to make the choice to follow a man, even though they want a man, won't. You understand?
Right.
And the reason why they won't is because of insecurity. Think about it this way, and I'm going to say this and I'll pass it off, is that think about how many times women say, oh, these guys don't approach, or how many times guys are scared to approach, right? Now, the guy isn't, not approaching because he doesn't want to. He's not approaching because he's scared, because he's insecure, right? So what happens is if I tell women, hey, most guys that you really want to make shit happen with, they're probably not going to approach you, right? I'm telling her that with the understanding, or having her to have the understanding, that most guys are not going to approach because they're fucking scared. So most women aren't going to cooperate because they are fucking scared. Because in order to cooperate, what you're essentially saying is that I'm putting my trust, I'm putting my life in your hands. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, even if I do cooperate with you, I don't think I have the capacity to live up to your standard, which means you might get rid of me. And I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with getting dumped or getting tossed to the side by a guy I really, really want. You see what I'm saying? And that's the issue. But what's your thoughts on that shit, though?
Man, listen, man. We don't gotta take these bitches seriously at all, man.
Exactly.
like even when they're being uncooperative, like, matter of fact, I'll say this, because we've been, I did part one.